Thanks, but can't I just ride the train? Got a ticket? Huh, just kidding. Of course you don't. Every seat on this train's sold out. Sorry, boss. Wait that! You get back here, motherfucker! What a bunch of assholes. Man, if I didn't have fast travel. Sounds like I need to go kick Smee's ass. What's up, guys? This is Doug. Welcome back to West of Loathing. Again, thank you for watching. And I went ahead and the next step, we've pretty much done everything throughout the map here. On this side, only thing left is the railroad camp. So, time to see what we need to do here. This guy should never be put in charge of a switch. He's too busy playing with his watch to get any work done. Say, that's a nice watch. Where'd you get it? I bought it from this gal who runs a store down south of here. Name o' Buttonwillow. Buttonwillow McSomething. Oh yeah, I know that store. Yep, real nice store. Real nice watch. She's not getting much track laid, but she's an expert whistler. Howdy there, who's in charge of this outfit? If I'm being charitable, I'd say that the fella over there in the white hat is the foreman. And if you're not, then I'd say that paperbacked idiot over there in the absurd white hat is the fella you're looking for. Alrighty. Thanks. Hi, are you in charge? I was wondering if there's anything I can do to help. You wanna know something? I love trains. Oh? Ever since I was a little boy. Huge, magnificent, roaring iron beasts. They were magical to me, like dragons. When the opportunity arose to take on management of this rail line, I jumped on it like a shot. And you know what I learned? What's that? Organizing and building and running one of these operations is the most amazing pain in the ass you will ever imagine. You want to help? Congratulations, you're the new foreman. I'm going home to play with my models. Swell. I guess I'm the boss now? Man looks you up and down. Well now, I suppose you can't be any worse than that last clown. He extends his hand. Name's me. I'm your assistant. What's the situation? Well, I'm sure you didn't miss seeing this giant pile of rocks blocking our path. Surveyors say there isn't any other suitable mountain paths, so we can't reroute around it even if we had the months it'd take. Any ideas? Well, by my calculations, we could dynamite it clear without too much trouble. Problem is, it'll take a lot of dynamite. Whole year's worth, I figure. We used to keep that much on hand for emergencies just like this one, but a pack of goblins stole it all. Sneaky little varmints. Alright, I'll get it back for you. Glad to hear it. The goblins are holed up in Gustavon Gulch. It's a real rough place. You might want to spend some time getting the lay of the land and honing your fighting skills before you head that way. Especially if you plan to go in guns blazing. We don't need that specific dynamite, though. Any you can lay your hands on and be fine, so long as there's enough of it. I'll look into it. If I remember right, there was... yeah, Dynamite Dan's. Some thwack noises lead you to the site, and the sight of a goblin chopping down a large cactus. When it sees you, it waves its axe at you threateningly and makes some angry sounding noises. Hey, it's a human person! Hey, human person, away to going! It's my cactus that's mine and not yours. Well, let's talk to it. Hello, how are you? I will not your cactus taking. Good, yes, good, hello. Why are you, to chopping a cactus down? Why? What a lot of uses. To building, to burning, to eating. Little toothpicks. Ask if it has any food. Do you have any food to having? Food, yes. A guffin I to having. What's a guffin? Goblin bread. It is gray, and damp, and gray. Here! I was going to try to convince you to give it to me, but I'm not sure I actually want it. To wanting it. Sorry, you two having now. Yours! Well, okay. I got some nasty goblin bread. Hey, look, a year's worth of dynamite. I can't buy that. Well, looks like we're going to go hit up the goblins. Something at the side of the road catches your attention. It's a slumped over old skeleton wearing a wizard hat. Think you'll agree that's reasonably attention-getting. Skeleton lifts his skull and peers at you. He holds up a rusty old can of beans and scrapes his thumb bone across the first two finger bones in the universal gesture for financial transaction. Let's talk him out of the beans. You know, those beans have got to be way past their expiration date. And that can is pretty rusty. Might be a bit of botulism. Maybe I should just... Skeleton throws the can at you with an exasperated sigh. Got an item. Ancient bean can. Cool. Well, let's check out my ancient bean can. It's no different than the censer I have. Alright then. A fancily dressed goblin steps forward. Hi, hello. Being a mayor. Welcome. Now going away, please. The goblin seems friendly, but blocks your entry into the gulch. Let's talk. Can I not coming in? Sorry, only for goblins being very private. Outthink him. This is not very nice. Don't you want to fostering better human-goblin relations? I could be new human ambassador. And you could go to Human Town, being their goblin ambassador. Guessing that might be a good idea. Diplomatics, yes. Okay. Mayor shakes your hand and starts walking toward Dirtwater. Good. Goblin says, nothing interesting in Goblin. You hear a quiet rustling as though a single goblin were rummaging through a crate filled with straw. Let's, leave it alone. The sign says library in Goblin. You listen at the door. It's quiet inside. The shack is filled with crude bookshelves. The bookshelves, in turn, are filled with crude books. 3 titles catch your attention. So very complicated numbers. All you can tell about this book is that it concerns extremely high-level mathematics. You don't have the vocabulary to understand any of it, and probably still wouldn't if it was written in English. Your brother would probably love it. This book is extremely detailed treatise on the sounds that different birds make. You probably wouldn't expect to learn how to do an accurate great crested grab impression. I probably said that wrong. From a book, but that's how detailed it is. Alice going into Seeing Glass. This popular children's novel has been translated into Goblin. Jabberwocky still reads pretty much the same. Oh, it brilling being! And Tobes of Slithing did in a wave gyring and also Jim Bowling. Okay, I think that's all of them. What's this? Delicatessen. Rats. Looks like the door is locked. I don't have a needle! Storage. There's no sound coming from inside. The shack is filled with thousands of tiny cabinets, each labeled with a number in Goblin. Let's look in a random drawer. There's nothing in the drawer, but you find an old lollipop stuck to the bottom of the drawer above it. Let's keep looking. Even more random drawer. This drawer has a sandwich in it. It must have been filed under sandwich. And even more randomer drawer. Ooh, goblin pants. These crudely stitched pants are solid, but boy, are they not fashionable. And I think that's everything. Quit looking. You hear a couple goblins rustling around in there. Sounds like they're doing something really important. What is it? I'm trying to read the sign! Red herring storage in Goblin. Sign says Mayor's house. You don't hear anything inside here. Let's check it out. Shack contains a bed and a desk. Let's look at the desk. The desk is strewn with folders. You notice one that says important secrets on it. You learn a variety of secrets, though the only one that's actually pertinent to your circumstances is that there's a spare key to the treasure cave in drawer 69105 in the storage hut. Nice. Let's investigate the bed. It's made of cactus logs with a blanket made of woven together cactus needles. That can't be comfortable. Okay. You press your ear to the door and hear somebody delivering what sounds like lines from Hamlet, except in goblin tongue. From this vantage point, you also notice a sign next to the door reading, "Backstage entrance here is being," with an arrow pointing to the back of the building. Let's head backstage. You sneak backstage and watch the play from behind a curtain. Not only is it a goblin version of Hamlet, it's also been rewritten as a one-man show. To being or not to being? Oh, that is a question. Could it better thinking to suffering a crazy things than arrows? Or fighting so many bad things for stopping them because fighting? To dying, to sleeping, hey! Dreaming maybe. But, oh, problems. If dreaming crazy when living, what dreams having after dying? Wow, pretty weird probably. You watch for a while. The bits where the actor has to do a sword fight with themselves are pretty entertaining. It's a huge goblin town. Cafe. You listen at the door but don't hear anything. The door is locked. Dang it. I need needles. Hear a bunch of gruff goblin voices gruffly griping at each other inside. Let's leave them be. And treasure cave. This door to remaining locked at all times in Goblin. There was 3 of them that we'd have to fight. Let's fight. Got the jump on him. Give me a golem. Not that I actually think I need it. No, I don't need it. Wow. That muffin messed up, or hamburger, or whatever the hell that was supposed to be, beat the crap out of my poor golem. Get it. And Susie will take care of this one. Hey, treasure cave key. More goblin pants. And a goblin pistol. Hooray. You already dealt with those guys. Yeah, I did. What of it? Let's interrupt these guys. Give me a golem. A fish wizard. And let's area affect them. It threw a fish at me. You gave those fishmongering goblins what for? It's just filled with rotten fish. Sweet. What is this? Looking drawer. Hey! I got the key that I already have. Okay, there's 2 doors I can't get into. Let's go beat the straw out of it. This shouldn't take long. Yep. You dig through the crates the goblin was rummaging through, but there's nothing interesting in any of them. Yay. Damn it! Maybe I can find 2 haystacks somewhere and come back and check out the other 2 buildings. Let's go inside. Hey, it's goblins! This goblin is paying more attention to their book, Goblet, than to you, but you're pretty sure you aren't just gonna be waltzing on by. Let's spoil the ending. Hey, Goblet, good book. What thinking about how Coratorio is the only surviving one at the end? Everyone else dying, poisoning, sorting, pow blam! Ah, no! Wow! Spoilers! This goblin guard is whittling a little bird call, but they're not too busy to beat you up if you try to get past them. Let's try our bird call skills. You duck behind a stalagmite and do your great crested grab impression. Oh, gasp! A great crested grab! Wow! Guard pulls out a pair of binoculars out of his uniform and runs out the cave. What you got? Unlike the other 2 guards, this one is being very attentive and seems very suspicious of you. Also, unlike the other 2 guards, they have a name tag that says Gene. Well, Gene, let's fight. Oh, you poor bastard. Oh, that hurt. You won. that a chest? Oh, it's a rare and valuable treasure chest cactus. Careful, these things are pointy. Hey, meat. This one looks heavy as well as pointy. Hey, wow, it contains an entire year's supply of dynamite. Nice! So, I need to come back here with 4 needles. Yay! Lots of needles. You hear a dry cough behind you and turn to see a skeleton dressed in moldering old tuxedo and silk top hat shuffling toward you, gesturing angrily with his walking stick. The funeral lily pinned to his lapel is gilded, and as are all of his teeth. Guess he was trying to take it with him. Let's lend a sympathetic ear. Something I can help you with, sir? The skeleton hisses and chatters his teeth at you, gesturing vaguely with his cane. Since you don't speak skeleton, nobody can, because they can't speak. You have to figure out his complaint from context and body language. Seems to be something along the lines of, I'm rich and dead. How come all these poor people get to be alive? Where's the justice in that? You nod and make sympathetic noises in the right places. And eventually he runs out of steam. He throws his lily on the ground with a bah-like cough and shuffles away. Yay! Well, let's go use an entire year's supply of dynamite. Any luck finding a year's supply of dynamite? The passengers are getting restless. Yep, here you go. Good, perfect. This'll do the trick just fine. Hang back for a bit while I get the fellas set up charges, and I'll let you do the honors. Speed consults with the other workers, and they inspect the rocks for a time. Eventually, one of them shrugs, pushes the entire crate of dynamite up next to rocks, and wires up a detonator. Alright, let her rip. Sweet! Let's do this. Ooh, rock golem. There's a very large and very angry looking guy standing here. Apparently it's a little peeved at having a year's supply of dynamite blown up next to its butt while it's sleeping. How are you going to handle this? Should I magic it away or should I outfox it? I want to outfox it. Hey, listen, sorry about the whole dynamite thing. We didn't know you're alive-ish. Anyway, it's just as well that we woke you up because you picked a really bad place to nap. This is a pass through the mountains and it's a natural wind funnel. And that plus desert sands means this place would be just an erosion nightmare for you. You'd be worn down to nothing in just a few hundred years. You need to find somewhere on the leeward side of a mountain where you'll be protected from the wind. The creature seems to understand. It nods its thanks and trudges away. Yay! Well, now, that's a fine day's work, as I've ever seen. Much obliged, friend. We'll be getting the rest of this track laid down and head on out now. Here, I'll mark our route on your map for you in case our paths happen to cross again. Thanks, but can't I just ride the train? Got a ticket? Huh, just kidding. Of course you don't. Every seat on this train's sold out. Sorry, boss. Well, ain't that? You get back here, motherfucker! What a bunch of assholes. Man, if I didn't have fast travel. Sounds like I need to go kick Smee's ass. Well, new railroad camp. Tiny Tina's nostrils flare, and she suddenly zags off the trail into some foothills, eventually coming to a stop outside of a very fragrant mine. You discovered a new map location. Soup stock load. Let's go smell the soup. G Fuel. What's new, Susie? You know, we're right about in the middle of the territory. Back when the cows came home. This is right about where the first reports came out. Like, round 0? Yep. There was a big ranch that was the first one to go. Seems like an obvious place to check out. Yeah, for sure. You discovered a new map location, Hellstrom Ranch. Cool. Okay. Somebody bent their yucca. This cart is overflowing with savory tailings. Okay. What we got here? These lockers have been pretty picked over from the looks of them. I got a match and some smelling salt. There's a toolbox on this bench, but it's locked and welded to the bench. Yay! Are these boiling soup? A knapsack. A cultist mask. Elevator is inoperative. You see 3 different sized bolts on the side of the elevator, which are all very loose. There's a sign that says 3,200 pounds pressure required, and some sort of gauge that currently reads 0. Whatever that means. Looks like you're going to need a wrench. Well, I don't have a wrench. There's a diary under the crude pillow of this bedroll. Entry 1. This mine is the worst. It sucks so bad here. I've been in some lousy mines, but this one really takes the cake. Everything smells like soup. The walls are thick with it. I swear, I can feel it getting into my pores. If I went to a doctor for a blood test, he'd probably tell me my blood is tomato basil bisque or whatever. Entry 2. We finally managed to get deep enough to hear the master, but it turned out the dang soup table is higher than we thought. We're spending 90% of our time bailing the stuff out and only 10% digging. I got noodles in my boots. I hate this so much. Now the damn elevator's busted. It was always making a rattling noise and the guys off shift couldn't sleep. That finally stopped, but it stopped because the elevator itself stopped and we can't move it at all. Why do we even set up camp here? I had to spend the whole day scrounging around to find replacement 137, 59, and 23-pound compression springs for repairs. We'll install them tomorrow. Entry 4. Boss says we're giving up here and we're heading into a real deep mine they found up northwest. It's a shame we wasted all this work, but hot damn it'll be good to get away from this soup. I will never eat soup again in my life. Got these springs installed proper like, with the strongest behind the shortest bolt and so on, but there's no time to wrench everything down. Gotta pack! Not like the elevator matters much anymore. I really hope I don't screw up again and forget my diary here when it's time to leave. I don't think I've ever managed to fill in more than 10 pages in the same diary. And that's the last entry. Well, I need a bunch of lockpicks. So I actually think I'm going to take her up on the ranch, because usually there's haystacks at the ranches. As you're riding along the dusty trail, you feel a change in the air. You think this area is thick with mystical bean energy. You orient your mind along the axis of the powerful magnetic bean field and follow it to a cave. A sign out front reads, "The Great Garbanzo's Secret Hideout. Fellow bean wizards, welcome." Well, hell yeah, let's go check that out. Why? The sign says, "Keep out unless you're the Great Garbanzo." Ow, pointy. It's a revolting sofa. Sweet, all-purpose beans. Most of these books are too fragile to touch, but there's one that looks like it's in decent shape. Beans Illustrated? The hell's Beans Illustrated? Teaches you how to cook advanced bean dishes and make bean iron cookware. You read the book, memorizing each and every recipe. Master Cookery. Your cooking skills have boiled over and splattered all over the sublime. You are a preternaturally good cook. Nice. Unfortunately, the book was so fragile that your close reading caused it to crumble to dust. Oh well. Can't serve any purpose if you are a master chef. You approach the arcane oven and prepare to ply your mystical trade. Let's cook something simple. You gaze at the all-purpose beans and imagine the things you can make with them. Ooh. Let's do some thinky beans. You soften the beans in the boiling water of your mind and season them with the exotic spices of your will. Nice. Unfortunately, you don't have any bean iron or any all-purpose beans, so there's not much you can accomplish with an arcane oven right now. It's a Great Garbanzo's bed. Hey, another thing of beans. Let's do some black beans. Wait a second, what's this sparkle on the wall? You sense a deposit of bean iron. I got a bean iron nugget. What the hell's a bean iron? Forge some bean iron cookware. You contemplate your skills and the materials you have on hand. You can make something out of some bean iron. Your mind reaches into the bean iron to see what shapes it conceals. You detect 3. I want the spatula. You ignore the parts of the bean iron that aren't the thing you're making and they vanish. Bean iron spatula. Huh. That's different. That's kind of cool, actually. Reboot Hill. Let's go check out Reboot Hill. It's another cemetery. Strange, there's a keyhole in the trunk of this tree. The Walking Man. Plot 1. You see the ghost of an elderly woman holding flowers. She seems lost and depressed, above and beyond what is expected for a ghost. Howdy, ma'am. Is there something I can help you with? Oh, it's awful. I can't remember. I can't remember at all. Let's start at the beginning, okay? Well, you see, I had 4 daughters. They married 4 brothers, the Smith boys. And after that, they each had 5 daughters of their own. Unfortunately, I outlived every one of the 24 of them. You know you're a ghost, right? Oh yes, in fact I died here in this graveyard, where they're all buried. I came to visit them, and I suppose my old heart finally gave out. That's not the problem, though. 95 years is a pretty good run, after all. So what did you forget? I brought this bouquet of flowers to put on my favorite granddaughter's grave, but I can't remember which of them was my favorite. I'm so ashamed, and I can't bear to leave until I've remembered. Well, maybe I can help you figure it out? Oh, thank you. I'd appreciate that ever so much. No problem, man. Can you remember anything about your granddaughter? Well, I'm quite certain her first name ended in a vowel. Okay, anything else? I remember I was 40 when she was born. Oh no, 37, or was it 42? It must have been somewhere in that range at least. Okay, anything else? Oh, her first name was longer than her last, just like mine. Okay, anything else? I remember that she wasn't buried next to any of my daughters. Okay, anything else? She sniffles a little. She passed at the same age as poor Becky, who was always in such ill health. And knitting. She knitted a lovely sweater for Crimbo just the year before she died, and that's all I can remember. Okay, so knitting was... Oh. Accidentally pressed the button. I'll be back in a minute. Pamela Smith. Little Becky Smith. 59. Lola Smith. 59. Pearl Smith. Penultimate Becky Smith. Leslie Smith. Penelope Smith. Patricia Smith. First Becky Smith. Fiona, Paula, Lenore, Leilani, Linda, Faye, Margaret. Wow. Loosely packed grave. You uncover a coffin that was apparently delivered by mail because it still has the address printed on it. Either that or this was a joke about somebody going to Hellstrom Ranch after they die. I want to say it's Lilith. L. Granny's eyes raised hopefully. L-I? Lilith. Granny's face falls and she starts to cry. Oh, no, it wasn't her. Oh, I'll never remember. I'm sorry, damn it. Maybe. Can I do it now? You gonna let me do it now that I reloaded? I can try once a day. Shank Weems. We're reasonably sure he's dead. They got him coming and going. Old Dead Tom. It took us kind of a long time to get around to this. Fred Deeks. Couldn't remember the rhyme about which snakes are poisonous. The ground here seems reasonably soft. Patent emetic. Whatever that is. First lady bicyclist to ride off a cliff. I got some riding boots. Sarsaparilla. Gothic cameo. Spooky resistance. Oh, it cures poison. Okay. So the guy died of a snake bite, and you get a cure for poison. This tombstone is big and fancy, and has a door on the front. Inside there's a document and a weird little metal object. Read the document. Document describes a tontine, the burial wishes of Chet Bustardsley in a weird sequence of letters. I'm going to take a picture of that. Okay. Inside, let's see. Take the object. Got a key fragment. Leave. Next. I can't do it. And I don't have safe cracking. Damn. Well, I got one. And plot 3. Ran for mayor, right off a cliff. Ate too many wasps. That one guy. Loose teeth. The skeleton doesn't seem particularly threatening, apart from being a general reminder of your own mortality. Hello, who are you? My name's Bernard, but shh, lower your voice, they'll hear us. Who, the cultists? Yes. Not a fan? They're reanimating dead people's skeletons. I don't want to be reanimated. Sounds horrible. Can you imagine having to walk around without your skin on? How embarrassing, not to mention cold. Sure, well, plus, I mean, a dying's hard enough. Who wants to come back to life when you just got used to being dead, right? I could see that. Please, can you do something? I don't want them to find me. Okay, I'll let you know when it's safe. So, there's cultists? Are they this way? Paulette Tewksbury. Ooh, skull chips. You're not going to get past this barrier of whirling bones without, well, making it so there's no barrier of whirling bones here anymore. Let's dispel them. Your mystical prowess makes short work of the flimsy magic holding these bones together. Nothing to it. These cultists look like they're barely maintaining control over that skeleton. Let's just watch. You hide behind a tombstone and wait. After a few moments, the skeleton wrests itself from the cultist's control and goes off on a rampage. Bones and teeth fly everywhere, and none of them belong to the skeleton. That gives you any indication of how the fight turns out. Seemingly satisfied with the carnage it has caused, the skeleton scratches something into the ground and then shuffles off to the south. Yikes. Frightening topics in next mechs. Well, I've read every other one. Skeletal Thrall skill. Yep, I'm doing it. You got raised Skeletal Thrall. Examine skull chips in your inventory to enchant them. The book is full of magic spells, which don't make any sense to you until you get to the next to last chapter. Realize they're not spells for you to cast, but spells for a skeleton to cast. One of the appendices mentions in passing out how to summon such a skeleton. As you turn over the last page, the book vanishes in a puff of black smoke. You don't feel so well. I got thin blood. Blood is curdled with dark energy. It's thinner and grayer than blood ought to be. Awesome. So I just ensorcel some skull chips. What do they do? Summon a skeletal wizard to do your bidding. Grudge. This is what the skeleton wrote. Must be its name? Nothing in here but 3 bedrolls and a single stale smell. It's a hastily constructed, very shallow privy. I got a burned scroll. What's going on with this? Skull is in bad shape and you can't really make out anything new, but you're convinced this must be another clue to the whereabouts of the necromancer. You stick the scroll into your journal. West of the mountains, ley lines, hellcow energy. Necromancer's lair must be near that crazy portal you found at Hellstrom Ranch. Alrighty. Well guys, I think that's it. I think I'm going to wrap this up here today. We'll do some more exploring and maybe even hit the railroad and start working on the next part of this in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed this. If you liked everything, please like the video, subscribe, do all that, YouTube crap. And I really hope to see you in the next one.